Hello everybody, Gunstock Michael here. Finally back in the Gunstock shop for a little bit before cooking dinner. I got held up by more projects around this property. I've only been here since last October, not quite a year yet, but there's a parking space for 2 cars. It's half of the front of the property, and then the other half of the front of the property is 2 tiers of retaining walls leading down to a concrete pad that would be great to park, say, the telescope trailer, car that I had to work on, a boat maybe, an airplane on a trailer. Well, right now it's the telescope trailer, but there was a gate, a fence, a gate, a man gate, and then one of the retaining walls butted right up to the opening of the man gate. There's no way to get a trailer down there. So here recently, I mean it's been a little while now, but I removed that section of fence and fixed another part. And then I went and got this beautiful 10-pound sledgehammer by Collins Axe. Look at that beauty. Took down 860 pounds worth of concrete retaining wall. I know the weight because I took it to the dumps. And that opened up a space so I got the telescope trailer down there and out of the front parking area. So that is fantastic. And now I got to rebuild that section of fence. I'm going to make it removable so that I can get things in and out of there. Needs a little bit more improvement. But that's done. Got the telescope back on the trailer yesterday, so now I can spend a little bit of time here in the Gunstock shop. I'm going to continue carving with a fair amount of extra wood. Let's just look on the other side. Remember where we left off. Over here, we're getting around the pistol grip pretty good. I got to get down around this area and down around this area. And then same thing over here, here, and around the pistol grip. And then once that's whittled down pretty thin, then I'll use one of these lawn cutters to get in there and copy those curves. And you'll remember, if you've seen me do this before, when we do this we're going to pay attention to the direction the cutter is spinning, and we're going to cut in this way but not all the way out, because if we come all the way out it's likely to rip a chunk of wood out. And so this one we'll be able to do from here halfway around, and this one we'll be able to do halfway around this direction and then flip it over and get the other directions. Alright, make sure both of these are facing the same way. Alrighty, eyes, ears, nose. This was kind of a cool idea, but it doesn't really work out. A smaller scissors jack would be really nice to have easy adjust bottom bracing. Kind of works though. It's a little bit easier than a bunch of blocks of wood, so I'm playing with it for now. I had a woman friend take a look at a few of my videos, give me a couple of thumbs up and help out my channel. Very nice of her. But she complained that the sound of the machine running is so loud, she found it annoying. I reminded her there is a volume button on the computer, and I'm sure you all know how to use it. Not much I can do about cutting down on the sound unless I put music over it. But frankly, maybe it's a tool using guy thing, but I'm kind of addicted to watching videos of tools operating, and I don't mind the sound of them. It's kind of part of the experience, I think. Anyway, it is reminding me to ask you, if you're a visitor to my channel, to please give me a subscription and give me a thumbs up on some of my videos. You maybe don't even watch them all, just give me some thumbs up. It'll help that Google algorithm maybe start getting me found a little more frequently. You'll see I don't have many subscribers, so I think that'll help. And maybe my content is just not that interesting, but I've read that it takes about 100 videos. I think I'm at 58 now, but it takes about 100 videos before the search engines start paying attention. Singular search engine, that'd be Google, starts bringing your channel up more frequently for searches that people do. So the other thing that can help is to give me a positive comment. Thank you very much. And share the video. So those things all help the Google algorithm. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. I'm going back to carving. fine. What are we doing on time here? 16 minutes. So now, this guy's probably pretty hot. A little bit. And let's see, we're going to go with the scary lawn bit. This is longer than the American router bit company Whiteside will even make. I tried to get them to make me one. So this is some Chinese thing you get on eBay, and I keep several on hand because they do break sometimes. But I've learned to go really slow and careful with them, and then they tend not to break. And let's see, the stylus I want to use is one that's a little bit big. Yep, this is the one right here. It's a little bit bigger than the diameter, so it's going to leave me plenty of room around this critical trigger guard area. I want to be able to work that by hand down later to perfectly fit the trigger guard, and these other spots too. So hot tamale. Whoops, that's probably not a good thing to say anymore. I keep saying it. I think today we're not supposed to say anything that singles out any particular ethnicity. Yeah, I have my own theory. I think that instead of countries, we should have enthraries. They'd be ethnically pure areas. And it would be the goal of all the enthraries to maintain their ethnic purity, except for there needs to be at least one place in the world, like America is for, well, I should say the United States, for a melting pot where people can go and, well, I gotta trim my fingernails. I knew this earlier. Shouldn't be on camera with them. I'm putting my hands down. It's dangerous in the shop too to have long fingernails. Mine seem to grow so fast. They're like hooves. Anyway, that's my toenails. Anyway, these ethnically pure areas, or enthraries, would preserve the gene types for our own future survival. I fear that if we just allow all the genes to blend together, we're going to become like the tigers at some very far future point, and with lack of genetic diversity, die out. Hopefully by then we'll figure out how to do gene engineering better. Maybe it won't be an issue. Maybe we can recreate all the different ethnicities that have existed. I don't know, it seems like it makes more sense. And then instead of different ethnicities not liking other ethnicities because they're different, we would all globally take pride in our difference because we would know that we were preserving it for the future of the human species. I also think that one of the reasons for strife in the world is one country has a resource or a material that other countries don't have, and some of those other countries that don't have it can't afford it or just don't want to pay for it, and so then come and take it. And so part of my thesis how the world should run involves there being equal access to the world's resources to everybody that lives on the planet. The one way I've been thinking about this, and it sounds like some kind of 60s aphorism, is we're all stuck on this ball of a spaceship that's going round and round endlessly in circles and not going anywhere. And we really got to learn how to survive, how to manage the Earth's resources so that we could be around for a very long time. We need to learn how to manage our gene pools so that we don't have strife, and we maintain some ethnic differences, for our survival. And ultimately, we got to learn how to get along. We got to learn how to have pride in what we are and recognition of that same pride in other ethnicities around us. Ultimately, when we're in our grave, I guess some kind of specialist can study the bones and figure out what race we were. what color our skin was, but for the most part, we're going to all look the same in our grave. We ought to all just get along. Anyway, I get off my high horse. I used to have a website about this idea. One world rule, I called it. Anyway, I'm sure it's full of flaws. I'm not an anthropologist or a social engineer by any means. I'm lucky to maintain my household at 2 with some kind of civility on a constant basis. Alright, so we're tight. This doesn't matter if this is actually down to the right level or not, because I'm only going around things. I'm going to be careful to pay attention to the direction of the cutter. Okay, nose and ears. Alright. You see me doing when I go over there with the wrench over here is I got a split clamp. Oh, maybe loosen things up here. Got a split clamp wood block here that works as a clutch. So when I want to lock this down or maybe just give it some more resistance than easy turning, I tighten that up, and when I want easy turning, I loosen it up. So this is great. Got this. There's a little extra wood there, but that's all coming off here in a minute. I'm kind of curious I missed that. I think I want to go back in there. Which side would that be on? That would be on this side. So I'm going to dive back in there and trim that piece off. Didn't go low enough. Alright, give this a try here. Yes, I'm skipping the nose. It's only for one little tiny cut. You probably noticed when I was cutting, there was one point where it started smoking, and I pay attention to that and back off. What keeps the bit cool is removing material, and with this long bit cutting a big old length of wood, it's difficult to make enough progress through the wood to keep the chips moving enough to keep it cool. And in fact, when a lot of wood is coming off, a little while ago when I was hogging out with the round over bit, the wood chips hitting me my hand are, well, I wouldn't say hot, but they're quite warm, and that's heat that is being taken off of the cutter bit in a sense, instead of building up on it and burning. So the other thing you probably saw me do is when it's having a hard time making it through a lot of wood is I start working it up and down a little bit. A little bit like when you're on the belt sander, you don't work a piece of material in the same spot because it's just going to heat up. You keep moving it around, so that's kind of what I do. I keep kind of moving it around and working it in until I get the stylus down onto the master. But this looks great, starting to look more and more like a shooting stick. So I think next, I still have to take everything down to its final dimension, but I'm just doing all the hard big carving, so I might be getting close to putting the this bit back in, the flat bit, and take the forearm down all the way around, and then I could make the trigger guard cut out, and then I'll probably be ready to do the final once over to take it all down to its final dimension. Looking pretty good. I'm happy. Hope that was moderately entertaining. Thanks for watching. We'll be back here soon. Michael out.